All right, you guys, today is day 5, and we are talking all about inviting today. Inviting is like that big, scary, vital behavior that we all just kind of work around and never actually get to the point of an actual invite. But you're not going to be that person, because just remember, you have something that's really awesome to offer people. You aren't just selling them something and then ditching them. You're going to be there for them through this entire journey, supporting them along the way. Anybody can go to the gym and get a gym membership. Anybody can go to a nutritionist or a dietitian, get cookbooks, but not everybody has someone to go to the gym with them. Not everybody has someone at home that wants to get healthy with them. So by building a community and inviting people into that community, you are creating a support system that people might not have had if it weren't for you. So just remember that when you're inviting someone, you really are offering them something amazing. Even if they say no right now, one day, if you're genuine and authentic and you care about that person, when they're looking for something or they need something, they're gonna come back to you and say, hey, what was it that you were talking about? So that is the first and foremost thing about inviting. You have something incredible. The second thing is that when you're inviting, I want you to think about, what do you want to create within this family? This is your new little fitness family. And you want to have a group that you want to come to every single day and check in with those girls. See what they're doing. What did their day consist of? Did something go wrong? You actually care when something goes wrong with someone. And you're just looking for the other yous of the world. Don't complicate it. Don't make it this big, crazy thing. You've already joined, so you know that someone out there wants what we have. Just remember that and keep moving forward. So when it comes to inviting, as a new coach, you are in an awesome position because you're not the authority figure yet. People don't look at you and think you maybe have all your stuff together. They might not even know that you're on a health and fitness journey. You have the opportunity to just say, hey, I'm starting something new, or if you've already done a round 1, hey, I just did this and I'm gonna start up again. Do you wanna do this with me? It's super casual and you wanna keep it as authentic to you as you can. You don't want to throw out a bunch of Beachbody word vomit on them and scare them away. You just want to, plain and simple, hey, my friend is doing this program and I wanted to jump in with her. I'm looking for a couple of people who might want to be doing something similar through the summer to stay accountable. Do you want to join us? Boom, right there you've invited someone. You didn't say anything weird. You don't have to like close your computer and cry. Not that I've ever done that. And you're asking them a question. That's really important. You always want to end your invitation with a question. You're setting up that expectation that you want a response and that you want to create a conversation. It's not just, hey, maybe if you're thinking about it, just kind of let me know whenever you feel like it. No, we're not wishy-washy. You are pointed. And if they don't want it right now, that's fine, but you need that response. And people aren't always gonna respond even though you've asked them a question. That's okay too. You just have already set that expectation. So far we are building a community and a support system that we want to be involved in, that we feel comfortable in, and we're asking people those invitation questions that require a response and get them engaging with us. The other thing that's really super important about inviting is tracking. So it's really easy to sit down and say, today I'm gonna send 10 invites. You sit down, you're ready to start, you're not writing anything down, and the oven timer goes off, or the dog has to go to the bathroom, or your kid has to go to the bathroom. And you get up and you go and you're like, where was I in my invitation list? I think I'm done for today. Maybe you only sent 2 invitations. Maybe you weren't even close to your goal of 10, 15, 20, whatever it was. So you always want to make sure you're writing things down and keeping track of who you're talking to. Don't make the mistake of thinking that you can keep track of everyone in your head. You're going to be talking to a lot of people. And you don't want to miss anyone. You don't want someone to pour their heart out to you about their goals and forget to respond, because then they're going to think, I'm just a number to her. She didn't really care. She just wanted to sell me something. And you don't want to be that person. That's when those yucky, icky feelings start to come into play, when you let something slide. And I'm not saying it's not going to happen, and you genuinely apologize if it does, but the more organized you are and writing things down, the less and less that's going to happen, and that's good. So what are you tracking? There are a lot of different ways to track who you're talking to and what you're talking about. Figure out what you like. Are you always a pen and paper person? You think better when you're writing and you just need to sit down in front of a notebook. Do that. Are you a computer whiz and everything, your fingers can move 1,000,000 miles a minute and that is the only way you can think? Do that. Don't try to reinvent the wheel just because the top coach in the company is doing something you're not doing. You have to do you, especially at the beginning. You don't want to overwhelm yourself. We talked about this. You don't want to feel like you have so many things going on that you just throw your hands up and say, I can't. Sit down, keep it simple, just write your names down. Maybe you want to print out a tracker like the business activity tracker in your coach office. Perfect. Just have a way to keep track. So what are you going to write down? You can simply just write down their name. Whether they say yes or no, you want to keep track of that person, because eventually you are going to follow up with them. And one day they might need something. Keep an eye on their posts. Maybe one day they're just going to post that they're looking for something, and you can pop back up. You can pop back in and say, hey, I know we had talked about this before. I saw you were looking for something new. Would you be interested in hearing what I've been doing that's been working great for me and my friends? Again, you've just sent them another invite, you've followed up with them, and now you're filling a need that they've already said they have. So that's why you just want to keep track of everything. And the other important thing is that you want to be able to measure everything you're doing. So if you send 10 invites and nobody responds to you, go back and look at those 10 invites. Would you have responded to the message that you sent? Was it weird? Was it maybe not authentically you? Were you uncomfortable sending it? Chances are, if you're sitting there thinking for 45 minutes, like, what exactly should I say to this person? It's not coming off genuinely. Go back, look at that person again and say, what drew me into this person? What do I relate to? And then touch on that in your invitation. So you're always bringing it back to that person. You're always bringing it back to that person's need. And sometimes you just have to meet people in their shit, guys. Not the people that we're looking to help, they don't have it all together yet, maybe. Maybe they do, maybe they're just looking for nutrition. It doesn't matter. Some people just, things are a mess and they don't know where to start. Meet them there. Find out what that is and help them get through that. Work through that and figure out if what you have will help them solve their problem. We're not just looking for warm bodies, we're actually looking for people who need what we have. And if you find those people, you're gonna have better success. You're gonna have people who are staying with you longer. That's when you find your lifers, the people who are gonna be there with you from day 1 to day 365, and you're gonna feel a lot better about what you're doing. So when we're inviting, what are we doing? We're being us, we're being genuine, we're finding the other Megans of the world who need something. We are asking questions, making sure you have a pointed question at the end. Do you wanna jump in with us? Do you wanna join us? Does that sound good to you? Would you be interested in that? Anything like that. You're also tracking every single day, you guys. That way you can go back and you not only have a place to look, who was I talking to yesterday? What was she saying? You have it all written down, and you can measure what you're doing as you get through the week. So go back and look at how many invitations did I send and how many people at the end of the week said yes. Maybe I need to just tweak the way I'm saying things. And you can always talk about that with your coach. So this week, you're brand new coach or going through your new coach training, write down a list of people that you already know. This is called your warm market. And you're gonna talk to your dirt list. People who would genuinely eat dirt if you asked them, if you needed them to, simply because you needed them to. The people who love you, your parents, your best friends, your sister, your cousins, whoever it is. Go to them first and tell them what you're doing. Hey, I love health and fitness, if that's the case, or hey, I've been wanting to get back on track with my health and fitness. I decided to jump in as a coach because it's gonna keep me more accountable. Would you wanna do this with me and help me stay on track? I wanna help you stay on track if you want to too. Anything genuine, just let them know what you're doing and get them on board with you. Maybe they'll say yes, maybe they'll say no, maybe they'll laugh in your face. Doesn't matter, we're gonna go through rejection tomorrow. Just get the idea out there. And talk to your friends. If you have an Instagram or a Facebook already, talk to some people from high school. Just start those conversations and those relationships that will then turn into invitations later. So what I want you to do tonight, I want you to write down your list of 25 people who you are gonna reach out to in your first week. And that is reaching out to with a genuine, pointed, are you interested in joining me invitation. And start building those relationships now. That way week 2, 3, month 2, month 3, you'll have those people ready and waiting for their invitation. And as you're talking to people, they're gonna see what you're doing a little bit more. They're gonna keep their eye on you. And if they're kind of on the fence and didn't wanna tell you, once they see you being consistent and you getting results, they might circle back on you and say, okay, what are you doing? So let people surprise you. Just ask. The worst they can say is no, you guys. So that's all I have for you today. Tomorrow we're gonna talk about rejection. So if at the end of this video you're like, nope, I'm not doing it, go on to the rejection video and we'll talk about it a little bit more. I'll talk to you soon, guys. Bye.